Championship on Telecable Channel 9.
Rupp Arena in Lexington. I'm Keith Elkins along with Maury Hill and Dan Williams. More action from the Sweet 16 high school basketball tournament as Harlan takes on Casey County. The Harlan club, some good individual underclassmen stars.
Yeah, a few notes on Harlan. They're 32-5. They were the winners of the 13th region. They beat Corbin in the final. They've got stars like Charles Thomas, Mike Jones, Todd Cox. They're really not a fast break team, so they'll be somewhat methodical, but I look for them to have a good shot tonight, Dan.
And what about Casey County, Dan?
Well, Casey County, 24-11, big winners over McCreary Central in OT. They got big players like Mark Butchert and Rance Baird. Excellent outside shooting threats. Should be a really good up and down contest. Look for a close ball game.
Casey County and Harlan will have the tip-off in just a minute.
Tonight's game is brought to you by TMC, long distance that makes sense, Lexington Billiards, and Kentucky Tourism. We've got what's...
And waterfalls, where horses dance, fish jump, and nature unfolds unending surprises. From yesterday to today, it's calling to you. Kentucky, what you've been looking for. Call 1-800-225-TRIP.
Set for tip-off, Harlan and Casey County. Harlan in the white uniforms, Casey County in the blue. Harlan at 32-5 and Casey County 24-11 coming in tonight. And the Green Dragons on St. Patrick's Day will get the first crack at it. This is Mike Jones, number 14, with the jumper that brims out. Shots tipped outside, and there's Mark Butcher with it for Casey County. We'll set the lineups for you as we go. This is Jones with the steal. Off the glass, no good. Rebound to Casey County.
Well, pretty furious pace here to start us off. Gotta love it, guys. Boys Sweet 16 basketball.
This is Darren Wall firing for three for Casey County. Comes out of there, and Charles Thomas, the fine sophomore, off with it for Harlan, number 22. Driving for Harlan is Casey Lester, and there's the first two of the game.
Well, guys, keep in mind all night long you're going to see Lester doing that. He averages 12 a game, and he's only a freshman. So look for big things from that young man.
2-0 Harlan. 33 is Darren Wall. Over to 20, Mark Butcher for Casey County, driving the lane. And the rebound to Thomas. Thomas stops and fires. And the three-pointer stays in.
A little shooter's roll there for Charles Thomas. He averages 21 points a game. He's only a sophomore.
Darren Cundiff across the line for the Casey County Rebels of Coach Jack Stanford. Harlan coached by Mike Jones, the father of number 14, Michael Jones. Shot from the lane draws nothing but air. That was Mike Barrett who took the shot. Now Butcher drives the baseline, doesn't get the layup. Rebound fought for and put back up and in by Butcher.
Well, Butcher's certainly aggressive so far, Dan. You got to like what he's doing.
All right, that's right, Moore. You'll be seeing a lot of Butcher and Baird both taking the ball to the hole very well as they're good ball handlers and good shooters off the move.
Butcher had 29 in the regional final. Here's Jones off the left side, not there. They get Lester with the long shot. Now it's Todd Cox with the follow. His shot's not good, and they get the first foul of the ball game on Casey Lester, number 10 of Harlan.
Well, that time Barrett had good position underneath. Got his hand on the ball, was looking up floor to try to run it, and they picked up a foul there against Harlan. So good rebounding position on there for Casey.
Darren Cundiff handling the ball. We also have Mark Butcher, Mike Barrett, Rance Baird in there for Casey County. Here's the ball tipped outside. Thomas went after the steal. And now Casey County will have it in offensive court, trailing 5-2 to the Harlan Green Dragons.
Well, we'll have to watch Harlan. There's been some ankle injuries on that team. Thomas and Jones and Cox all suffering ankle injuries throughout the season, so we'll see how they hold up.
Driving for the basket. There's the shot by Baird. Not good. Here comes Harlan. This is Thomas. Shots missed, but we'll get a foul on Mike Barrett on the rebound.
That time Barrett just a little too over anxious. Just went up over top of the back. He's got to get that good position to be able to pull down that board.
Harlan on offense. There's Jones out of the corner. Three-point try is short, and Mike Barrett off with the rebound for Casey County. Driving is Baird, called for steps. Score holds at 5-2.
Well, Harlan coming out shooting the ball quite a bit. Yeah, they had a 91-81 game against Corbin in the regional finals. Real close contest right down to the wire. Might have been 99-89 actually.
Right.
It was a very, very close game, but they shot a lot of threes. Look for more and more of that as the game goes on.
Lester along the baseline gives to Cox for the basket.
That's a great pass that time. Todd Cox wide open underneath. He's a big 6'7", 200-pound sophomore.
Cox, one of the state's leaders in field goal percentage through most of the regular season. Driving is Barrett, off to Butcher. Good defense by Thomas, but now a foul.
I tell you what, that was a real good pump fake there by Butcher to get his man up in the air and draw the foul, and he'll be shooting two. See how he just kind of gets the ball right there. He's going to pump once. He's going to get his man in the air, and boom, picks up the foul. Just a good headsy play there by number 20, Mark Butcher.
So Butcher steps to the line. He has the only 2 points for Casey County thus far.
Coach Mike Jones of the Green Dragons over there observing his team tonight. He's got his son Mike Jones playing for him out there.
Michael Jones, a junior, averaging 21 a game for Harlan. This is Butcher hitting both. He has all 4 for Casey County. It's 7-4 Harlan, and Casey County applies the press. And the ball goes back to Casey County. They got a good look at that call along. Goes back to the Rebels. Butcher against Lester. Now there's the shot by Baird, and Rance Baird drains it from the baseline.
Once again, that combination of Butcher to Baird, successful all season.
And a foul in backcourt as Michael Jones faced the pressure from Casey County, and that one will be charged to Darren Wall.
You know, you want to watch Casey County here. They got 4 seniors on their starting lineup. They're very experienced at this, and the press is going to really potentially wear a young Harlan team down. The experience play a big factor here, Maury.
Yeah, you know, Harlan only starts 1 senior on this team. So amazing they made it this far without a whole lot of experience.
Awful lot of talent, though, and this is Charles Thomas handling the ball right now. Now to Jones. Inside along the baseline, Lester drops it in. Nice pass from Jones.
I just left him open that time. You know, that's just a little 8-foot uncontested shot there.
9-6 Harlan on top. Spin move by Baird, gets it in off the glass.
Well, I tell you what, that time he had an incredible reverse move, swing it to the left side of the glass here, put it off nicely.
And there's the steal by Baird. Casey County on the run. Baird stops and misses the shot. Butcher follows.
Butcher's everywhere. The guy is everywhere. I'm really impressed with him so far in this first quarter.
And a near steal. You can see Al Pruitt handling the ball. Former Henry Clay coach doing some radio work tonight and had good hands on that one. Casey County has captured the lead, 10-9, and Harlan handling the ball.
Well, Casey County fans on their feet cheering their team on to defense right now. They want to see somebody stop these Harlan Dragons. The Green Dragons from Harlan.
Pass out of bounds back to Casey County. Well, Casey County has come alive after a slow start.
Good idea to try to get it inside that time. Just missed the bounce pass that time.
Casey County following a 24-11 season. In the Sweet 16, there's a collision as Darren Wall drove to the basket, and the foul will go against Charles Thomas, number 22 from Harlan. That's his second.
Well, that's a tremendous advantage, Keith, of having a guy you know, like Rance Baird down there, because they're all the defense is looking at him, and it gives Wall a chance to penetrate when Baird clears out. Really opens things up, makes good news for the rest of the Casey County players.
Coach Mike Jones has to pull Charles Thomas from his lineup, replaces him with Kevin Hudson. Hudson wearing number 12 in white. And I'm sure that Mike Jones did not want to make that move this early in the ball game.
An interesting matchup to tonight's game is going to be Baird underneath. He's matching up pretty strongly right now against Stacy Simpson from Harlan. A lot of pushing going on underneath. We'll see if the referees get on top of that or if they let him play.
Jones from outside. And the rebound to Butcher. Down the middle he goes. Doesn't get the layup, and the rebound to Lester. Almost a steal from Jones, but he recovers.
Butcher now 2 of 5 from the field, but he does have 2 free throws, and he's got 4 rebounds, so he's been all over the place for Casey.
There's a whistle, and the foul will go against Darren Wall of Casey County, his second and the team's third.
Calling it pretty close to the vest on the outside there against 2 fairly physical teams. Look for some of those calls on the inside, too, as well as both teams jockey for position. Once again, a key matchup is going to be Baird, and on defense, Baird is actually picking up when he's in there Jones, but also as well Todd Cox.
And we get an official's timeout, and they're checking the jersey of Todd Cox, who may have received a cut. Yes, he did. You can see the elbow bleeding, and under the new rules, of course, any presence of blood has to be taken care of with the removal of that player from the lineup temporarily.
Well, I did say things were physical, but I wasn't sure they were quite that physical.
Jeremy Simpson into the ball game for Harlan, replacing Cox. Jeremy Simpson wears number 40.
Boy, Harlan really does a lot of off-the-ball picking. I mean, they're picking hard.
Nice pass along the baseline to Simpson, and the shot missed and tapped outside. Harlan gets it back.
Well, good to see Simpson get involved right away. Good little pass there by Michael Jones down low. Give Simpson a little confidence as they start off here.
2:10 to go, first quarter. Shot out of the corner, missed by Jones. He can't quite find the range on his three-pointer. Driving is Butcher, a collision and a foul.
Boy, he really takes the ball to the hole well. And again, that little pump fake, I don't know if we can see that again, but that pump fake really does a lot to get the defensive player up into the air, and he picks up that foul. A very, very headsy play there by number 20 for Casey County, Mark Butcher.
Butcher to the line for a pair. He's perfect from there, and now he misses. Now he's not perfect anymore. He's 2 for 3 now.
Well, this Butcher kid really knows how to draw a foul. I mean, he'll lean in on you, and he'll get a little body on you, but if you're not set for it, they're going to call it on you every time.
Second shot good, and it's 11-9 Casey County.
Boy, they got the Casey County fans here in support, don't they?
Almost a steal in backcourt. Harlan recovers. They're still not across. Now they are, as Hudson brings it into offensive court. Shot from the baseline, not there.
Once again, he made a good penetrating move to the baseline, just a little bit long on that shot. Maybe a little too much excitement here. Dropped off a Casey County player. No harm done. They'll get the ball underneath.
Comes into Hudson. Minute 35 to go, first quarter. And the foul whistled out above the key. Adam Davis picks up the foul for Casey County. Michael Jones back in for Harlan. There's Davis, who got the foul. That's his first and the team's fourth.
Give a lot of credit here to Coach Jones from Harlan County. Putting in an awful lot of freshmen here. He's played with them all year long, a running gun type of team. Blanton just being replaced there. Only our freshman did a good job in the filler spot there at the point guard.
And it goes to Lester. His shot blocked. Picked up by Simpson. His is blocked, but a foul on Butcher.
Well, Butcher, again, really active on both ends, defensively, offensively. Looked like he had a close to a clean block that time.
Well, you can see here when the ball goes inbounds, it comes across, he'll get up there and swat it away, but just caught part of his arm, and once again in disbelief. But
Jeremy Simpson hits the free throw, his first scoring of the night. Second one's also there, and we're all even, 11 all, with a minute 25 to go, first quarter.
Both teams, I think, starting to settle down now. Everybody's a little tight when they first play in Rupp Arena, but both teams starting to do what they do best.
Butcher fakes and drives and gets the basket.
I tell you what, he has got some incredible body control, and if they don't go with him, he's going to put it in, and if they do, they're going to foul him. So he's really commanding the force out there.
Lester leading the Harlan break, stops with a jumper and hits it.
That's a nice little delicate touch. You know, he's leaning in there. That's a soft little difficult touch shot, and he buried it.
6 points for Lester. We're even again at 13 inside the last minute. Jump shot by Barrett is missed, and now Harlan's going to take its time with 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Michael Jones will come up across the midcourt stripe.
Jones, a really heady point guard, doing a very good job outside, controlling this offensive team, really making sure that they get the right shots as they try to hold it out here with 25 seconds to go, first quarter.
Jones again handling the ball. 20 seconds left.
This team really a different makeup without Charles Thomas in the lineup. Hudson's in there.
7 seconds left. Jones under pressure, looking for a shot. Now goes along the baseline. There's a shot by Lester, is jammed, and we've run out of time at the end of the first quarter. We're all even. Casey County 13 and Harlan 13. Back with the second quarter in just a minute.
Things are not always as they appear. Of course, Lexington Billiards has the finest in pool tables, made by Brunswick, the #1 name in billiards. But at a closer look, you find we have elegant solid oak bars and stools in a wide range of finishes and fabrics. Dartboards, dart accessories, game tables and chairs, air hockey, and jukeboxes, both vintage 50s models as well as reproductions. Come in today and let the friendly people at Lexington Billiard help you make your home game room complete.
It's the NBA on TNT with new stars on the rise. Young guns challenging the league's best. These are the players of tomorrow. These are the stars who will make the difference. These are the superstars who will rule this game. What?
I don't think so.
Well, maybe not rule. Nobody plays the NBA like TNT.
Nobody.
Glaucoma doesn't give you any warning. Get your eyes examined. Don't lose sight of glaucoma.
We are back for the second quarter. Keith Elkins along with Dan Williams and Maury Hill. And Casey County and Harlan dead even at the end of the first quarter. The Casey County fans having fun, as is everyone else right now, in an even ball game in the first quarter. That's Baird with the reverse and the shot, and Charles Thomas off with the rebound. Thomas with the miss, and Casey County going the other way with Cundiff. Tried to go to Barrett, now the ball recovered and out to Thomas for Harlan. He couldn't quite pick it up, out of bounds.
Well, he was looking to put that one down big time, Maury.
That's too bad. That would have been a little show here for the Rupp Arena fans.
And we want to point out, too, we mentioned Todd Cox went to the sidelines because of a cut a few moments ago, and that has caused him to change jerseys. He's wearing number 52 for Harlan now. Right now we get number 30, Ronnie Parton, into the ball game for Casey County. Still even at 13. We're less than a minute into the second quarter of play. Butcher moving along that baseline and doesn't get the layup this time. Rebound to Thomas.
Tell you what, they executed that near picture perfect. Just couldn't get the ball to go in the hole. Good ball movement that time by Casey County.
Jones and Cundiff collided, and this time the foul will go against Cundiff.
Just a little bump that time, a little body contact, and almost could have gotten away with it, but referee caught him red-handed that time.
And Cundiff a gutsy gutsy defensive players. You got a good shot there of the coach there from Casey County, Jack Stanford, cheering his team on, trying to get him out there and play a little tough D, try to shut down the Harlan Green Dragons.
And now an official's timeout as we've got a player over on the Casey County sideline. That is Rance Baird. And Coach Jack Stanford with him. Coach Stanford in his 8th year at Casey County, 119 and 104. Record of 394 and 199 overall. Baird's going to have to leave. He doesn't appear to be seriously hurt, but whatever the problem is, he's going to have to leave for a moment. And we've got an official's timeout in the meantime. Pleasure Ridge Park and Knott County Central have already advanced, and now we've got Harlan and Casey County to be followed by Graves County and Lexington Dunbar.
Well, while we have a minute here, guys, Harlan's really done a great job at getting players isolated on offense and getting good quality shots. And they've got 4 of their 5 starters shoot over 50%. So it shows you what a good job they've done on execution on the offensive end.
I think we had a jersey change here. They're trying to match up with Todd Cox for Harlan. Both teams seem to have jersey swaps. Number 24.
Back in the ball game. Wearing number 24. This new rule is tough on announcers, I'll tell you that.
For sure. We're not sure what the rule is, but
well, you have to, if there was a cut, and apparently there was in this case also, blood on the jersey, it has to be removed. But for the high schools, most often that necessitates a jersey change and a different number.
Well, it's been a pretty physical game, Keith. You mentioned that. We had 11 fouls in the first quarter. So, you know, look for both teams to go on the bonus here fairly soon. Hopefully no jersey changes, though.
Underneath, there's the layup by Lester.
Well, I tell you what, excuse me, Stacy Simpson is setting a screen high, and they're passing it right behind him and hitting the guy cutting down low. Harlan executing that near picture perfect. Looks really sharp on offense. Been very effective against Casey County so far, right, Maureen?
That's for sure.
There's the shot by Baird and brought out of there by Thomas. It's a 15-13 Harlan lead. Outside shot by Lester. Got that 3.
Good looking shot there by Casey Lester.
And there's a timeout on the floor with 6:19 to go in the second quarter, and it's Harlan 18 and Casey County 13. We'll be right back.
And unto Tom, these commandments were given.
Thou shalt never serve it cold. Thou shalt never deliver it slow. Thou shalt always deliver it free. Thou shalt never drop or smash the box. Follow these commandments and thou shalt get to pizza heaven.
Tom is sharing a slice of pizza heaven with you. A large 2-topping pizza is only $6.35, or an extra large 2-topping pizza is just $9.99. Heaven can't wait. Call Tom's Pizza now.
Hey, this is it, guys. This is what we worked all season for. Yeah, let's get out there.
Rebounded by Moore and out to Ingram. Another 2-on-1 break. There's the lob.
Boys Sweet 16. Capture all the memories of your favorite teams on video. Call today or write the Kentucky High School Athletic Association.
There's a look at the green of the Harlan Green Dragons fans. A good crowd they have here backing the 13th region champions who lead in this ball game 18-13. There's the shot from outside by Ronnie Parton, not there, and the rebound to Thomas. We've called that name several times. Stops for a 3 and doesn't get it. Rebound is saved in, though, and Thomas gets it back now.
You know, interesting that Thomas would continue to move to his right when he shoots from his left. You'd think he'd be more comfortable going the other way, but he seems to be very comfortable going to his right.
Jones moves in. Nice jumper by Michael Jones.
Well, you can see why Jones scores 21 points a game. Between he and Thomas and, you know, you got Casey Lester and Stacy Simpson. This team is a very formidable team.
First 2 for Michael Jones. He averages 21 a ball game. Outside shot by Wall is good for 3.
That's really a big three-point play there by Casey County. They cut the lead now to 4. Really a big difference without having Mark Butcher in the game as he's getting ready to check in. They really need his leadership out there on the court.
Shot by Lester off the baseline. And the rebound to Casey County. Shot from outside is missed by Cundiff and rebounded by Todd Cox, who's now wearing 52 for Harlan. (20 to 16) is the Harlan lead. 4.5 minutes to go, first half. Thomas with an opening on the baseline. Nice left-handed shot.
That's a way to take the ball to the basket. He didn't settle for the jumper. He took it strong to the hole and got a good screen also.
Right, Jones came down there and popped it over to Thomas, setting him up. Doing a good job leading the ball club this point at the point position.
This is Wall from outside. Hit a 3 a moment ago. Missed that one. Rebound to Parton. Sticks it in.
Just a good job on the glass that time, following up the missed 3. Rebound came off a little bit deep, and he kissed it right off the glass for 2.
Under 4 minutes to go, first half. 22-18 Harlan. 3-point try by Jones. Too short.
They really need to get him on track, Keith, for Harlan to stay the whole way here. He does average a lot of points.
Sean Pierce drains a 3 for Casey County.
Well, I tell you what, Casey County's not afraid to fire up that 3. That time Pierce just squared up and fired it up. The junior dropped it down. It was a good-looking shot.
And now we're back to a 1-point ball game. Cox inside, puts it in.
Good pass that time. Again, they're getting it down low. They're having some success with that. Thomas the last time down the floor, and now this time Cox. So doing a good job getting it down low.
Driving is Baird. Missed the shot. Partially blocked. And Harlan on the attack. Lester for 3. Doesn't get it. Rebound bounces out in the corner and touched by Casey County apparently. And there's Coach Mike Jones. His team up by 3. They've led most of the way. Casey County has stayed close.
Well, what an advantage if you're a coach to have a guy like Jones and Thomas. This works so well together. The confidence you can have with that kind of floor leadership. You can see why they're 32-5.
Barrett and Butcher back in the Casey County lineup. Jones, the reverse and the jump shot won't go. Rebound to Barrett and out to Butcher. Goes all the way down, short jumper, not there. Rebound fumbled for a moment by Lester, but he gets it back.
Butcher had the right idea using the glass on the other end. You don't see a lot of people using the glass a whole lot anymore.
Nice pass from Jones to Cox for the basket.
Well, that time Mike Barrett for Casey County got caught on the back of his heels. Todd Cox slid right in there, put in the 2.
And the lead is back out to 5 for Harlan. 4 assists now for Mike Jones in the ball game. Not scoring too much, but certainly getting the job done on offense with his assist. 3-point try by Pierce, not there, put back up by Butcher.
Just so quick off that first step that you find him all over the floor, both offensively and defensively. He's gone to the basketball really well tonight.
We need a team really boxing out very well at this point. A lot of loose balls being picked up. Look for that to change as time goes by.
26-23 Harlan. Inside it goes to Cox, and he was bumped from behind.
A lot of pushing and shoving going on the inside. You know, you mentioned earlier, Todd Cox, a big guy at 200-plus pounds, only a sophomore. He gets that big old paw up there, and they're looking for him to hit him with that target. It's a big target to hit, too.
Hudson back in the ballgame replacing Thomas for Harlan. That was the 3rd foul on Darren Wall. So now we get Rance Baird back into the Casey County lineup, replacing Darren Wall, who's now wearing number 55.
Well, you look at Todd Cox on the free throw line, and a little trivia on him. He's shooting 68% from the floor, which means, Dan, you're right, he is a big target, and they get the ball to him a lot, and he's probably getting a lot of shots underneath in close.
I'll tell you what, and right now after he drains that free throw, there's nobody size-wise for Casey County to stay up against him. They're going to have to box him out and keep him off the boards.
It's a pair to make it 28-23, a minute 44 to go. Shot off the right side by Barrett, not there, and picked off by Jones.
A lot of shots are short tonight for some reason. We've had some three-pointers fall short and some twos.
I think they're thinking about it a little bit too much. They just need to go down like they were when they were hitting those threes and just put them up with confidence. They'll drop.
Harlan spreads the floor out. Minute 20 to go, first half.
Again, Mike Jones likes to get an offensive player isolated.
Lester took it down and had a chance for the follow-up shot and was fouled on the second drive.
Yeah, that time Lester took it to the hole. He missed it, picked up his own board, went back up and got fouled by, looks like Baird picked it up.
It is on Baird. First on Baird. And it'll send Casey Lester to the line.
Do you think since Baird switched jerseys, he gets 5 fouls with each jersey, or does that just change?
Yeah.
He probably wishes so, doesn't he?
Here is Lester. Nice touch on the first one. Adam Davis back in the game for Casey County, number 31. Second one by Lester is also good, and now Harlan has edged out to a 7-point lead, 30-23 as we come up on 1 minute to go in the first half. Inside the shot by Baird is good.
That's just a good little turnaround. Actually, pretty good defense on him that time, but just found the range and knocked it down.
This is Lester back outside to Jones.
And they're going to try to hold it for one shot, or in other words, if they can penetrate and take a quick one, they will, but they're going to try to knock down these 35 ticks and not let Casey County get another run at it.
Right now content to work it outside. Hudson down the lane. He's going to take the shot, and he hits it.
Well, they spread the floor nicely. That's their whole strategy. Spread the floor, get some isolation, make a quick move, and get open and take the shot.
Cundiff for Casey County. Got it off to Davis, who hit the shot with 6 seconds left. Here comes Mike Jones. He'll have to fire a long one up, and does, and doesn't get it. It's off to the left. And we've come to the end of the first half of play with the score, Harlan 32 and Casey County 27. And we'll be back in just a minute.
Put yourself into a different state. A wondrous vacation land of sights, sounds, and celebrations. An exciting, inviting place of moonbows and waterfalls where horses dance, fish jump, and nature unfolds unending surprises. From yesterday to today, it's calling to you. Kentucky, what you've been looking for. Call 1-800-225-TRIP.
Communication's tricky when you're hungry.
Okay, I'll go, but nowhere fancy.
Meaning nowhere expensive.
Well, I want real food.
Meaning no fast food.
We went somewhere fun, yeah.
Meaning somewhere fun.
Great, we'll go to 2 places then.
Meaning Sizzler, a restaurant within a restaurant. A buffet court where you can do it any way you want it. And a grill where you can enjoy a variety of hot grilled entrees.
Sizzler.
Buffet court and grill, a restaurant within a restaurant. Meaning?
Everyone satisfied?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm very close to officials. They like me a great deal, and I'm very fond of them. If I have a choice of who to go on vacation with, my best friends or officials, I would always rather go with the officials. They value my opinion greatly. They always like to hear a little bit more of my opinion, and so I try to give it to them as much as possible, just to be a nice person.
Jane, I'd like to meet Peter. Peter makes movies.
Features.
We were just talking about this movie that HBO made. It's so intense. Did you make that movie?
No, I didn't.
Oh, are you talking about that HBO movie?
Really gutsy, huh?
Did you make that?
No, I didn't.
It was edgy.
No, I didn't make it.
Excuse me. I heard you make movies for HBO?
Yes, I do.
Think you've seen great movies before? Just you wait.
You're watching Telecable, Channel 9, Lexington.
Tonight tonight's game is brought to you by TMC, long distance that makes sense. Lexington Billiards. Kentucky Tourism. We've got what you're looking for. Tom's Pizza. And Sizzler, Buffet Court and Grill.
Back at Rupp Arena, this is Keith Elkins along with Dan Williams and Maury Hill. Glad to have you with us. Harlan leads Casey County at halftime by a score of 32-27. Harlan, the champion of the 13th region, and Casey County champion of the 12th region. The Green Dragons came in with a record of 32-5. Casey County at 24-11, and Harlan on top by 5 here at halftime. Had a chance to talk with Al Pruitt, the coach of the 1983 state champion Henry Clay Blue Devils, before this game started. And let's hear what Al Pruitt has to say about this year's Sweet 16.
My guest Al Pruitt is certainly no stranger to Sweet 16 tournaments. He has participated in many as a coach and, of course, had a long career at Henry Clay High School, including a state championship back in 1983. Al, what's this event mean to you?
Oh, this is excitement at its best, Keith. I tell you, this March Madness, this is where March Madness all started. I think the NCAA picked up on it and got a lot of our cliches. When you talk about March Madness, it's always been high school basketball here in the state of Kentucky. You know, I coached for 33 years, and now at Transylvania, 2 years helping with Coach Don Lane and really enjoying it. And I think you really become a coach when you finally walk away with this big trophy. The word coach means something to you because it's the ring, the brass ring, that every coach in high school basketball reaches for. This is the big, and this is the one we all wanted to win. And when you finally get it, that word coach really means something to you.
Well, of course, all these coaches are now in that spot going for the big award. How does your coaching strategy change through a week like this where you might see action 4 times in a very short period of time? How do you try to approach that and get your players ready again for a completely different opponent in the next round?
I think if you've got a chance to win the tournament, and every team that all 16 of them in here have a chance, you have to be prepared, Keith, for the best team in the tournament if you want to win it. You can't just prepare for the first game. You've got to prepare in the 3 days, 2 days, or whatever it is leading up to the state tournament for the best team in the tournament. Who you think you have to beat to win it all. And then when you get in the game, you've just got to let things unfurl for you as a coach and as players. And if you're prepared to do that, then I think you can handle any eventuality. In '83, when we won it, we inserted what we called a Pac-Man defense. And we felt that the Pac-Man defense would stand us in good stead against teams of size and teams that we wanted to slow down because we like to run with basketball. So it did us a good job when we got into the final with Carlisle County, and we went in 3 overtimes and finally won in a great score of 35-33.
Great enough that night, I guess. Your impressions of the first couple of games of this tournament, and then also prediction, if you have one, as to who would come out on top.
Well, PRP was awfully strong today. They played a good Mason County team and beat them rather handily. They're very quick. I think that up there you'll have in the upper bracket Dunbar and PRP in the Final Four, along with probably Mail and the winner of the Christian County, Marion County game.
All right, Al Pruitt has been my guest, and we'll be back with the second half tip-off in just a minute.
Things are not always as they appear. Of course, Lexington Billiards has the finest in pool tables, made by Brunswick, the #1 name in billiards. But at a closer look, you find we have elegant solid oak bars and stools in a wide range of finishes and fabrics. Dartboards, dart accessories, game tables and chairs, air hockey, and jukeboxes, both vintage 50s models as well as reproductions. Come in today and let the friendly people at Lexington Billiard help you make your home game room complete.
And unto Tom, these commandments were given.
Thou shalt never serve it cold. Thou shalt never deliver it slow. Thou shalt always deliver it free. Thou shalt never drop or smash the box. Follow these commandments and thou shalt get to pizza heaven.
Tom is sharing a slice of pizza heaven with you. A large 2-topping pizza is only $6.35, or an extra large 2-topping pizza is just $9.99. Heaven can't wait. Call Tom's Pizza now.
Arena, glad you've joined us. It's Harlan and Casey County with Harlan on top at the half, 32-27. And your impressions, Maury, of this first half?
Well, so far so good, I guess, if you're Harlan. You got to be careful, though. Charles Thomas has got 2 fouls. See some of the first half stats here. Field goal percentage, Harlan 12 of 31 for 31%. Casey County, on the other hand, 11 of 29 for 38%. Free throws perfect from the line there, 6 for 6. And Casey is 3 of 6 for 50%. Rebounding, Harlan's got somewhat of an edge there. And turnovers, maybe a little generous, but Harlan County's got 4 and Casey County 3, Dan.
Well, you're right, and one of the reasons Casey County right now is trailing is because really Barrett hasn't gotten on track. Rance Barrett usually averaging about 21 points a game, doing a good job right now, but Butcher seems to be carrying more of that load. Look for Barrett to pick up the action in the second half and really help Casey County as they make a run at Harlan in the second half.
Individual scoring was led by Casey Lester of Harlan, who had 13 in that first half, and Mark Butcher of Casey County had 11. Coach Mike Jones' team holding a 5-point lead as we get ready to start the final 2 quarters of play, and then that'll be followed by Graves County against Dunbar. They all look appropriately dressed for St. Patrick's Day, and they have to like the way things are going so far, although it's far from over.
That's right. You know, I tell you, Mike Jones, I need to get him more involved. He's only got 2 points, and he's one of the integral players here on this team. They're going to really need to get some production out of him in the second half here.
Second half is underway. Mike Jones handling the ball in front court, and inside it goes to Cox. He walked that time, but he's been a factor underneath tonight.
Boy, he really has, and once again, Jones, while only having 2 points in the half, certainly doing a good job looking for the inside man. That time that big target just happened to walk a little bit on him. But giving that good paw out there certainly helps it.
Casey County down by 5. Butcher, who had such a good first half. And his pass is stolen away by Simpson.
That time looked like Butcher telegraphed that one just a little bit. Harlan picked it up quickly.
Stacy Simpson stepped in front of it, and the Green Dragons go on the offense. Jones looking. He's a fine passer, too. Found Cox underneath. Missed the short jumper. Rebound. Thomas puts it in after the steal.
Well, again, a classic case of right place, right time. That time for Charles Thomas.
Nine boards tonight for Charles Thomas, and there's a steal for him. 7-point Harlan lead. Thomas with the jumper. And the rebound off to Barrett of Casey County. Rebels quickly attack. And the follow shot by Butcher is good. Wall missed the original shot. Butcher followed for 2.
Well, Butcher's just that scrappy, good ball player. Got the good, quick first step. Had some good rebounds and some good fouls that he's drawn so far.
Cox moves in, missed the short jumper. And the rebound off to Barrett. Here comes Butcher down the lane, fakes a couple of times and gets the shot. Well, he's got some nice moves when he comes up on the dribble like that, and he just scored 2 more and has caused Harlan to call a timeout. 34-31 the score, 6:12 to go, third quarter. We'll be right back.
Put yourself into a different state. A wondrous vacation land of sights, sounds, and celebrations. An exciting, inviting place of moonbows and waterfalls where horses dance, fish jump, and nature unfolds unending surprises. From yesterday to today, it's calling to you. Kentucky, what you've been looking for. Call 1-800-225-TRIP.
You know, Rick Pitino always made, he said, his New Year's resolution to not swear, and he always lost in the first game after New Year's. I did the same thing with criticizing the officials on the air. I would make my resolution that I'm not going to do that anymore, whether they're right or whether they're wrong, and I always lost it the first game. But now I can just sit down and enjoy it, and I do. I enjoy watching good basketball and good football, and I have that opportunity now, and I hope to do that a long time.
Back at Rupp Arena, Harlan prepares to put the ball in play and defensive pressure from Casey County. Dragons break it with ease this time, but now the ball's slapped away from Thomas from behind and out of bounds. Good defensive play by Butcher.
Yeah, good recovery that time by Casey County, and you don't want to let this Harlan team run free. Guys like Charles Thomas and Michael Jones can kill you.
3-point ball game. We went into overtime with the second game of the Sweet 16 tournament. Knott County Central winning that one. Here's a steal by Cundon. And dishes it off to Barrett for the basket.
That's just a great pass that time by Kudriff. Saw Barrett breaking down the left-hand side, dished it to him nicely, and that time it looked like Butcher picked up that foul.
It was Butcher who picked up the foul. The lead has been cut to 1, and that foul on Butcher is his second. And the first one on Casey County in the second half. Butcher with 15 points tonight. Coach Jack Stanford, his club has drawn to within 1. Jones off the baseline. Nice shot.
That's good to see him get involved. Again, he's one of their scorers, and that's just a little off-balance move to his left, which is really nice.
That's a good sign for Harlan. If Jones gets on track offensively, could spell bad news for Casey County.
He's just 2 for 9 from the floor, but he's still looking for his shots. A fine shooter. They'll start dropping. And it looks like Baird was on the sidelines, or rather Wall was on the sidelines. So it'll go back to Harlan. Thomas working against the backcourt defense. Bounce pass along the baseline, the fake, and the shot by Lester. He was fouled.
Boy, Thomas really handles that ball well. Both hands equally as well, right hand or left. That time he took it down the left side, which is unusual for him because he has been going down the right side. Saw the open man in Casey Lester and hit him. We're going to see it again here as the foul takes place a little bit after that, but the pass was really key on that, really set up that offensive play.
Kevin Hudson back in the ball game for Harlan as Todd Cox gets a rest. And also that was a 4th foul on Darren Wall, so he's going to have to leave the ball game. Davis is in to replace Wall.
Well, you pick up a little bit of quickness there in Davis, but you lose a lot on height there when Wall leaves the game. And certainly right now, Casey County needs somebody to battle on the boards. Fortunately for them, it looks like Todd Cox right now is taking a breather. When he comes back in, could spell trouble.
Lester hits the second. Lester with 14 points, and it's a 4-point Harlan lead. There's Barrett with the short jump shot. It was short, and Harlan's Charles Thomas brings it down. He slipped, got back up, and hit the jumper.
Well, coast to coast that time. Actually, he didn't even have position on the rebound, but he skied up, got the board, went the whole length of the floor, and put it home.
Coast to coast and underwater there briefly.
That's right.
Too. Here is Barrett with the shot off the right side. Nothing but air, but rebounded and put in by Rance Baird. He'll get a chance for 3.
Oh, yeah, that was a good pump fake that time. He picked up the board coming underneath. Wasn't really in that great a position, but right place at the right time. He gets the foul and maybe gets a chance to knock down a 3-pointer.
Foul was on Stacy Simpson. Rance Baird with 8 points tonight. (39-36), and Cox will come back in for Harlan, replacing Stacy Simpson.
Well, you don't lose a whole lot there. Stacy Simpson certainly playing a fine ball game, but you pick up 2 inches and 40 pounds in Todd Cox. That's a luxury Coach Mike Jones has for Harlan.
Harlan breaks the press. This is Thomas. And the jumper came back out on him. Cox battles for the rebound, but can't get it. Baird running for Casey County. Plays it in.
So very smooth that time with the finger roll. Good ball control.
It's a 1-point ball game, 39-38. Harlan on top. Casey County battling. There's the turnover as Thomas stepped on the end line, and Casey County will get it back with a chance to take the lead.
Well, we might be seeing a little momentum swing here, guys. Casey County really has upped the tempo here a little bit in the second half. We've seen them run out a couple times. If they can contain Thomas and Jones and run out a little bit, we're going to have a dandy finish.
Casey County crowd likes it. The Rebels have pulled back into this thing, and now Butcher with the shot that would have given them the lead. Cox chases it down in the corner. It's knocked away, but it'll go back to Casey County, and Butcher, hustling, has to climb back out of the crowd, but his team has the ball.
Well, and the Casey County fans love it. They love the hustle of Butcher, and he's been everywhere tonight.
Pass slipped through Barrett's hands, picked off by Hudson.
Got a good matchup there right in Jones and Butcher. Jones a little quicker.
Jones to the baseline to Thomas. His shot's well short, and Baird comes out of there.
A chance to take the lead here for Casey County.
Driving is Cundiff all the way, and Casey County does take the lead with 3:13 to go in the third quarter.
That's just a nice looking drive. Put it up with the left hand too. Shielded the ball nicely.
And a foul in backcourt as Adam Davis was chasing Charles Thomas.
Yeah, as usual, I don't think Davis can believe that, but he got caught trying to pick his pocket. But I tell you what, Moore, you're right. The momentum has really changed. And with Casey County going towards their own home end, and I mean that because the entire Casey County is basically up in the stands, it's a definite advantage.
40-39, Casey County in blue on top. Thomas stops and fires the jump shot. A foul on the rebound. And the call will go against Harlan. It's on Casey Lester.
We're gonna see him again go up and shoot that shot. Good position that time by Casey County. And you can see him coming over the back on that. Once again, a well-coached team. Coach Jack Stanford got to be pleased right now with the poise of Casey County Rebels.
They lead by 1. Adam Davis with it on the right side. And a walking call as Baird moved into the middle.
Well, travel that time, but you know, Casey County's got 13 points off of second chances. And I think that's where we've seen some of the momentum change, guys, is they've done a good job of hitting the boards.
This time Harlan breaks the press. Lester gets the basket.
Once again, Jones to Lester. We've seen that all night long. Good looking pass and a heady move by a freshman. Once again, soft on the shot.
41-40 as Harlan is back on top. Here's the shot by Baird. And the rebound. Thomas had it for a moment. Now Lester chases it down. Back to Hudson. Hudson takes it all the way down. Left-handed jumper good, and a chance for 3.
That's a big spark for Harlan, and you know, this whole game has really picked up. Everything stepped up a notch, and Hudson coming off the bench giving him a good spark that time.
Well, that time Hudson took it from one end of the court all the way to the other, dropped it in from the baseline. He's going to have a chance for the three-point play.
Foul was on Ronnie Parton. That is his first. There's Sean Pierce, who had a three-pointer back in the first half for Casey County. He's back in replacing Adam Davis.
Well, guys, what was once a 1-point lead by Casey has now turned into a 3, possibly 4-point lead by Harlan Green Dragons. I tell you what, it's going to be a close game right down to the end.
44-40 following the three-point play by Kevin Hudson, who now has 5 points in the game.
Now Casey's spreading the floor really well. They're starting to get a little bit more motion on their offense than they had earlier in the game.
There's Butcher with another difficult shot.
Well, he's just so tough. You know, they try to defend Baird because they thought he was going to drop it up high, and he hits a nice soft touch on the inside.
Long pass for Lester. Goes in and scores.
But boy, it almost looked like the basket was going to have a lid on it that time, but a good breakout pass that time. They got an easy basket.
18 for Lester. Shot off the baseline, not there by Robbie Emerson. 46-42 Harlan. Shot by Thomas off the baseline is good.
Well, basically, Dan had 2 guys in his face that time, went up and over both of them, shot it lefty good.
1:15 to go, third quarter. Timeout with Harlan leading 48-42. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is it, guys. This is what we worked all season for. Let's get out there.
Rebounded by Moore and out to Ingram. Another 2-on-1 break. There's the lob.
Boys Sweet 16. Capture all the memories of your favorite teams on video. Call today or write the Kentucky High School Athletic Association.
Communication's tricky when you're hungry.
Okay, I'll go, but nowhere fancy.
Meaning nowhere expensive.
Well, I want real food.
Meaning no fast food.
We went somewhere fun, yeah.
Meaning somewhere fun.
Great, we'll go to 2 places then.
Meaning Sizzler, a restaurant within a restaurant. A buffet court where you can do it any way you want it. And a grill where you can enjoy a variety of hot grilled entrees.
Sizzler.
Buffet Court and Grill, a restaurant within a restaurant, meaning...
Everyone satisfied?
A look at the Harlan Green Dragon supporters, and they're a happy group right now. Their team on top by 6, 48-42, coming down to the final stages of the third quarter. 1:15 to go.
So basically, both teams are shooting the lights out in the third quarter. Harlan 5 of 7, Casey County, 4 of 6.
Butcher with the miss. Here's Thomas out front, and Cundiff caught up with him to foul him and stop the dunk.
Well, Charles Thomas looking for an intentional there. I don't know that he'll get it.
Now, that was a good headsy play, actually, by number 15, Cundiff. We're going to see the replay on that as he goes to the hole, obviously trying to swat the ball away. Thomas saw it differently than that, but the referee saw the right call, and we're going to be shooting 2 free throws.
Looks like Mr. Thomas is a born salesman on that one, guys.
Yeah. Well, he may have a future in that, if not college ball.
Adam Davis back in the lineup for Casey County. Charles Thomas steps to the line with 11 points tonight. First time at the line. Nathan Blanton, who saw action briefly in the first half, is in for Harlan, number 4. (49-42).
All of a sudden, we've got a 7-point spread here. As we've basically, Harlan's on an 8-0 run at this particular point in the game, picking up a 7-point lead.
And the lead holds at 7. Baird got it back out to Wall. Try for 3. Rebound to Butcher, and a blocking foul on Blanton.
Yeah, we got a block that time. Marginal could have gone either way. But we've got a block.
Only the 3rd team foul on Harlan, and the first one on Nathan Blanton, a 5'9", 135-pound freshman. Butcher has pulled down 9 rebounds tonight. That guy is really around the ball.
Well, you know, Casey County in general, the first, tournament appearance ever, and I would think for a first appearance, they're doing a darn good job tonight.
Casey Lester, also a freshman, replaces Blanton in the Harlan lineup. Lester has 18 tonight. Shot off the glass, not there for Barrett. Rebound to Thomas and a foul.
Well, that time Butcher not too happy. I'm not so sure he was that happy with the shot selection, actually. He picked up that foul, I think more in frustration than anything else.
3rd foul on Mark Butcher. 49-42 Harlan. Green Dragons looking to put it in play. They lobbed to Thomas, but it's taken away. And now the basket by Butcher.
Well, taken away, and then a great pass into Butcher, who was all alone underneath.
And then a foul on Butcher as he went for the steal against Jones.
That's a big foul right there, Keith. I think that's 4 right now on
that's
Butcher.
Right.
And we've still got a quarter of basketball to play.
It also puts Harlan in the 1-1.
Well, I would think have to rest Butcher here, because you got to have him down the stretch. He's just too tough, and yeah, he will take a seat.
Cundiff is back in the ball game, number 15, and Mark Butcher leaves. He has 19 as he sits down. Jones comes up short. Hudson rebounds. His shot stuffed, and now Casey County has it. Adam Davis dribbles through several players, hands off to Baird. It's blocked by Cox. That should be, well, let's see what the call is. I was looking for a goaltending call, but we'll see.
I think we got a charge, Keith. Maybe? No, maybe it was a block.
We may get a chance to see this one again, guys.
It is a foul on Baird. Now the ball tapped back outside, and Casey County takes over.
We're doing a good job on that pressure, guys.
You see the replay here. He sets up with the block, but yes, he does run into him for the charge. A good setup there by Todd Cox.
And up above, it looked like we might have had a goaltend, but the foul overrules, and that's what happened. So it's 49-44 inside the last 20 seconds of the third quarter. Harlan on top. Casey County working with it. Inside it goes. Shot off the baseline by Barrett is good. It's a 3-point game. Lester had it tapped away, and then Wall couldn't quite come up with it, so Harlan will retain possession. 2.3 seconds.
Casey County looking a little bit better on offense. A good post up that time down the floor.
Jones, the quick jumper, Thomas rather, and there's the buzzer as it rims out. And we've come to the end of the third quarter of play with the score, Harlan 49 and Casey County 46. Back with the final quarter of action in just a minute.
Things are not always as they appear. Of course, Lexington Billiards has the finest in pool tables, made by Brunswick, the #1 name in billiards. But at a closer look, you find we have elegant solid oak bars and stools in a wide range of finishes and fabrics. Dartboards, dart accessories, game tables and chairs, air hockey, and jukeboxes, both vintage 50s models as well as reproductions. Come in today and let the friendly people at Lexington Billiard help you make your home game room complete.
It's rhythm and Vanessa. It's blues and Vanessa. It's the soul of VH1.
The soul of VH1. Everyone from James Brown and Tina Turner to Mariah Carey and Luther Vandross. And me. It's the greatest hits of soul only on VH1, where you can see the greatest hits of music video 24 hours a day.
And a look at the fans in the stands at Rupp Arena, the Sweet 16. Right now we've got a Harlan lead over Casey County, 49-46 as we start the fourth quarter of play, and looks like another exciting finish.
Yeah, some good momentum swings in that third quarter. Casey County really came on, and then Harlan, showing how good of a team they are, staved them off, and they've got a 3-point lead.
This is Cunda for Casey County as we start the fourth quarter. Back outside to Barrett. Jumper
Oh!
fair.
Yeah, that's a big shot right there by Barrett. Good looking move by Cundriff and a trapping defense right now. Casey County swarming all over the court.
Jones, a nice job to get rid of it, then a blocking foul on Davis.
Well, the Casey County fans don't like it, but he just didn't get in position that time. Didn't have his feet down. Kind of a silly foul out front.
Third foul on Adam Davis, and it will send Casey Lester to the line. Lester with 18 points. Make it 19 now, and it's a 50-48 ball game.
Well, Lester certainly has stepped up his play. He only averages about 12 a game, so doing very nicely here in the boys' Sweet 16.
And just a freshman.
Yeah, no jitters for him. I tell you what, they really need his play too. 3-point lead with 7.5 minutes to go. It's going to be a key factor down the stretch.
There's the shot by Baird off the glass and in, and we're back to a 1-point ball game. And again, Casey County presses. Jones brought it up, got rid of it to Thomas. Thomas, turnaround jumper, good off the baseline.
Well, Dan, you're right. He sure is comfortable going to his right, and with a spin move like that, he can shake anybody.
Yeah, it's very, very quick, and it's got a tremendous vertical leap as well. Makes it very difficult to defend.
53-50, 6:55 to go. Baird inside against the double team. Shot doesn't go, but he draws the foul from Hudson.
Very impressed overall with Baird's ability, as well as Butcher's, to have body control in situations like that. Gets his defender up in the air, rolls it up there. That time didn't get the kindly roll to have a chance at the three, but did pick up the foul.
And a correction, that foul was not on Hudson, it was on Stacy Simpson, his second. Simpson leaves the ball game. Cox is back in there for Harlan, along with Hudson, Thomas, Lester, and Jones.
You got to wonder, Keith, how long will Coach Jack Stanford keep Butcher out? You got almost 7 minutes to go, a 2-point ball game. When do you bring him back in?
Well, that's the tough call for the coach, of course, but as long as they can stay close, he might try to squeeze a couple of extra minutes out of it. There's the jump ball call, and this time it'll favor Harlan. And the walking call on Hudson, he had to remain stationary. That was not a inbound play after a basket, and when he took off, it's walking.
A little mental mistake that time, but again, Casey County has created some turnovers off this full court press, and it's really served them well.
Harlan up by 2. Barrett goes for the tie, doesn't get it. Hudson clears to Jones. Along the baseline, turnaround by Cox is there, and another assist for Jones.
A good move by Cox that time. Again, shoots over 68% from the field. Thomas with the spin move a couple minutes ago. Now we see Cox do the same thing.
7 assists for Mike Jones tonight. Driving is Baird, blocked by Cox, but a foul on Cox.
Yeah, Baird really doing a good job, Keith, flowing through the middle there, and that time he got a good-looking pass from Kundrip on the point. Gave a little pump fake, went up, got the foul. Moving very well off the ball.
First foul on Todd Cox tonight, the 5th on Harlan in this half.
Well, once again, free throws are going to play a key factor down the stretch here. He hits this, they knock it down to a 2-point lead.
That one bounces out of there, and here's Thomas on the move for Harlan. 55-52, there's a steal. Davis comes up with it. Casey County down by 3. Baird bottled up down there along the baseline. His pass is stolen by Hudson. Hudson spins away from Davis at midcourt, then goes for the basket, and a collision along the baseline, and we'll get a foul on Cundiff of Casey County.
Yeah, that time Kundrip didn't quite get his feet set on that. They picked up the block. Casey County roaring for a charging call. But
Watch it again.
Looked like he might have been moving up on him. He was pretty close to being set, but may have still been moving up to get his position.
Yeah,
at any rate, it is the foul against him. Against Cundiff. Hudson to the line. Here's Adam Davis for 3. Bounces out to the right and chased down by Hudson. That would have tied it. Instead, Harlan holds on to that 3-point lead.
Good post up by Cox.
Here's his jumper. Comes back to him. Taken away from him by Davis, but we'll get a Casey County foul, I believe, on either Davis or Cundiff. They were both right there. It's on Davis.
Well, the big guy that time, excuse me, Keith, was outside a little foreign territory picking up that board. He brought the ball down low, and the quick guards for Casey County tried to swipe it away, but got caught cherry picking.
Coach Mike Jones up off that bench most of the time. His team holding a 3-point lead. That one finally bounces in, so it's a 4-point Harlan lead.
Well, you know, good news for Casey County is that Butcher's still on the bench. Stanford still got him on the bench, and they're hanging tough here, so a little over 5 minutes to go.
Now it's a 5-point lead, and he'll be looking down that bench pretty soon.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think you've almost got to bring Butcher back in at this point. You know, he's a veteran. He knows he's got 4 fouls, and they really need his floor leadership out there.
Driving his Wall. There's Barrett with the jumper off the right side. Good, and they're back to within 3.
Yeah, that's just a big shot right there by Barrett.
And the return pass to Hudson. He was on the end line, and Casey County will get it back down by 3 with 5:15 to go in the 4th quarter.
Well, again, Casey County's found a lot of success with that press. It's been their bread and butter. Harlan turns it over again. They've had traveling calls. They've had out of bounds. They've had deflections. Doing a great job.
Sean Pierce back in the ball game for Casey County. Adam Davis goes out with those 4 fouls.
Sean Pierce, a good 3-point shooter for Casey County. Good move there by Coach Stanford. Try to pick up a little outside threat.
5:10 to go. Casey County down by 3. Pass deflected by Hudson. Cox tried to save it in. They couldn't quite get there.
Well, we'll have to watch the fouls down the stretch. Looks like Harlan's got 9 team fouls. Casey County's got, 19? Is that correct?
Driving is Baird. The shot blocked by Cox. It doesn't matter. He walked.
Well, it seems like Casey County gets so close. We get 3 points, 2 points, or tied. They just can't quite seem to go over the hill here. Certainly have had the opportunities.
There's Adam Davis back into the ball game for Casey County. Sean Pierce goes out. Long pass this time. Jones on the run out. Has to track it down, save it back into Lester, and he gets the layup.
Wow. That's great vision that time by Mike Jones. Falling out of bounds, looked for his man and found him.
59-54. Cundiff slipped as he drove. The ball went out of bounds, but a Harlan player got a hand on it, and Casey County gets it back. 4:38 to go. Here comes Butcher up off the Casey County bench.
Well, they're down to 5. Look for them to run that little wheel offense. See if they can't get a little spin around move. Free up Baird.
Baird went into the lane, shoveled off to Barrett. Jumper well short, and Hudson has it for Harlan. Green Dragons up by 5. Here comes Jones into the lane. Jump shot is there.
That's just all by himself that time. Really starting to show his colors now.
Casey County wants a timeout at this point with 4:03 to go in the fourth quarter.
And unto Tom, these commandments were given.
Thou shalt never serve it cold. Thou shalt never deliver it slow. Thou shalt always deliver it free. Thou shalt never drop or smash the box. Follow these commandments and thou shalt get to pizza heaven.
Tom is sharing a slice of pizza heaven with you. A large 2-topping pizza is only $6.35, or an extra large 2-topping pizza is just $9.99. Heaven can't wait. Call Tom's Pizza now.
Jane, I'd like to meet Peter. Peter makes movies.
Features.
We were just talking about this movie that HBO made. It was so intense. Did you make that movie?
No, I didn't.
Oh, are you talking about that HBO movie?
It really gutsy, huh?
Did you make that?
No, I didn't.
It was edgy.
No, I didn't make it.
Excuse me. I heard you make movies for HBO?
Yes, I do.
Think you've seen great movies before? Just you wait.
Back at Rupp Arena, Harlan holding a 61-54 lead over Casey County. 4:03 to go, and Harlan has been able to repel every charge by Casey County so far.
But yeah, they've got some tough weapons. You know, Michael Jones is starting to heat up, and there's a Green Dragon fan here on St. Patty's Day showing his colors. But Charles Thomas, Michael Jones, really keeping him in the game. Hudson's played really well off the bench for them, too.
Driving is Baird, put it up off the left side. Barrett battled for the rebound. It's finally tapped back outside. And now a steal. Thomas got a hand on it. Cox came down with it. Here's Jones. And he backs it out.
Right, Jones in no hurry at this point. They got a 7-point spread with 3.5 minutes to go. He's looking for the good pass.
Inside to Cox. He's fouled.
Yeah, that's a good combination. That's worked for them all night long. Jones to Cox on the inside. You know, Cox being that big guy, once again having that good position. And the difference between that pass and before was that was a skip pass. And Cundiff tried to push it in. You can't do that against good defenders like this. You got to bounce it in there, and that time it turned out to be something very effective for him.
8 assists tonight for Mike Jones, and stepping to the line is Todd Cox, who's benefited from a few of those. 62-54. Harlan stretches it out to 8, but still 3:34 to go. Now it's a 9-point Harlan lead.
Well, Todd Cox is certainly a big luxury for Harlan. I mean, he can step up there and make the free throws. He's such a big target inside at 6'7". Got a nice-looking touch.
Butcher underneath, and can't get the shot to fall. Butcher, after a long stay on the bench, trying to crank his game back up again. 2-on-2, Lester collides with the defender, and the call will go against Casey County's Cundiff.
Well, Cundiff really battled hard on defense that time. Looked like he might have been there, Dan.
Yeah, it did look awful close, Moore. You're right. Looks like he had position on that last one, but maybe we can see it again here.
Here it is. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it could have gone either way, and it went towards a block. So we'll go with the official on that one.
Lester makes it a 10-point Harlan lead, 64-54. Lester with 23 points tonight, looking for number 24. Doesn't get it on this trip. Long pass for Barrett through his hands. Hudson tried to save it back but couldn't. And Casey County retains possession. with just 3:09 left, and they're down by 10.
Yeah, this is a big trip down the floor. They got to get points now every time down the floor, and they got to play good belly-up defense. They really need to work for a quality shot here.
Butcher with it, moving against Thomas. Here's Cundiff outside. Three-point try is there.
Well, you hit it right there, Maury. That was a big shot right there by Cundiff. A good-looking pass by Butcher. See if their defense can't create a turnover.
Cox helps out on the press. Here goes Jones. Missed the layup. And the rebound to Barrett. Out to Cundiff. Casey County down by 7.
Oh!
Nice passing along the baseline.
Oh,
Baird
yeah.
gets the basket.
You got a timeout. Timeout.
And Harlan calls the timeout this time. 2:34 to go in the fourth quarter with the score Harlan 64 and Casey County 59. We'll be back in just a minute.
Put yourself into a different state. A wondrous vacation land of sights, sounds, and celebrations. An exciting, inviting place of moonbows and waterfalls where horses dance, fish jump, and nature unfolds unending surprises. From yesterday to today, it's calling to you. Kentucky, what you've been looking for. Call 1-800-225-TRIP.
The #1 cause of death for babies under 1 is respiratory disease. The #1 cause of hope is the American Lung Association. Please help us. It's a matter of life and breath.
For those who can make an engine sing, we offer a course in heavy metal. Aim high, Air Force.
(64-59). Let's take a look at that play that just got Casey County back to within 5 points. Some slick passing along the baseline, and Baird got the 2. That led to the timeout, and on the first play back, we've got a Casey County foul as they're pressing in backcourt.
Well, again, I think you got to be really impressed with Casey County. Their first trip to the boys' Sweet 16. This is an intimidating place. There's lots of people here watching you. The microscope's kind of on you. And that's 5 fouls, looks like.
On Darren Wall.
So once again, we're back to the same situation. Casey County certainly needs quickness on defense, but they're going to have to get the rebounds off the free throws in order to make that happen. It's going to come down to a free throw shooting contest for Harlan.
Davis back in the ball game to replace Darren Wall, who has just fouled out. Mike Jones to the line for Harlan. Jones with just 7 points tonight, but he has contributed in a lot of ways. (66-59).
We'll see if Casey County doesn't come down starting looking for the three-point play.
And a foul as Cundiff started for the basket. Well, Harlan doesn't want to do that. That one's on Jones.
That's right, inching closer to the bonus now, so they have one more foul to give. Actually, the next foul will put them in the bonus.
Just the first foul on Michael Jones. Inbounds pass to Baird. Goes for the basket and gets 2. It's 66-61.
Here's that press again.
2-on-1 for Harlan. Thomas goes all the way and gets the layup.
That's with the right hand that time, Dan. A lefty, a southpaw, using his right hand. Good work.
Yeah, you get him on the open court, and he's really virtually unstoppable.
And Thomas with the deflection. Thought he might have gotten it off Butcher's hand. At least tried to help the referee make that call, but it'll go back to Casey County. 1:58 is all that's left, and it's a 7-point Harlan lead.
Well, still plenty of time, just under 2 minutes, and it's only 3 possessions.
Butcher for 3. Back rim comes out hard, and toward the sideline and out, then back to Casey County.
Lester a little slow getting up, guys.
Tell you what, he's played a fine ball game tonight. 23 points. Doing a good job, the freshman.
Harlan on defense now. Cundiff for 3. Rebound comes out to the left side. Davis got it back, and now Butcher goes up for three and drew the foul. The referee is waving off no shot. He tried to fire up the shot just as the contact was made.
I'll tell you, Butcher certainly gets a 10 for creativity. He's leaned into everybody all night long and almost had a crack at a 4-point play there.
So he'll step to the line now for the 1-and-1 as that foul has put Casey County into the bonus situation. Butcher with 19 points, but missed that one and missed a chance to draw Casey County closer.
Yeah, Butcher's really yet to score here in the fourth quarter. That's 19 points coming off 3 quarters of play. To see if he can't get on track.
1:24 to go. 68-61. Harlan leads it.
Oh.
Thomas dishes to Cox for the basket.
What an unselfish play by Thomas that time. Created the penetration that time, and Cox wide open underneath.
That was a big basket, but there's a big three-pointer by Baird. So Casey County not quite dead yet. 70-64 with a minute to go. Jones driving off to Cox for the basket, and a charging foul is called.
Well, that's the break they needed, Dan. Now you got a 6-point game. You come down, hit a 3. All of a sudden, it's 1 possession.
That comes with 55.8 seconds to go. Substitution for Casey County. We got Sean Pierce. They're in need of some three-point shooting now. And the Rebels on the attack. Trailing by 6, 50 seconds to go. Butcher fires away. A three-pointer is good, and now it's a 3-point lead.
Well, that's exactly what they needed. They're now 5 of 13 from three-point land.
And the foul in backcourt as Thomas was bringing the ball up. That one will go against Sean Pierce.
Well, 2 good 3-point shots there that time, as you see Mike Jones for Harlan encouraging his team to hit the boards and hit the free throws, because we got a 3-point game with 38 seconds to go.
And it bounces away, so Casey County very much alive now. Could go for the tie. Butcher lost the handle for a moment, got it back. Pierce for 3. And the rebound to Cox. Outlet pass to Hudson. He's going to take it in and draws the hard foul from Sean Pierce.
Good outlet pass that time by Harlan. Way to get the ball up the floor.
Well, and you know, really not a bad foul either. You're going to put Hudson on the free throw line. Hudson's only a freshman. You're going to see it again. The good release pass. Hudson takes it to the hole. And what could you do? You had to make that foul as he was taking it to the hole.
That's a good smart foul.
Hudson 1 for 2 from the line tonight. And he also misses. Here comes Butcher, 3-point try for the tie. It's good! And a quick timeout is called. With 15 seconds to go, Butcher has hit a 3-pointer, and this game is tied. 70-70. Mark Butcher, who had a long stay on the bench because of foul problems, has come back to play a big part in this game. He has 25 points, and his 3-pointer has just now tied this ball game.
Well, I'll tell you, they're 3 out of their last 3 from three-point land, guys, and Harlan left the door open. They missed 2 front ends of the 1-and-1 on the other end and allowed Casey County to get back in it, and now we're all knotted up.
Okay, guys, we've got 15 seconds to go. And you see the great-looking 3-point shot there, clutch 3. Clutch 3 by Butcher. Good-looking work there on the camera crew. We've got basically 15 ticks on the clock. Who do you go to as you see the Casey County fans roaring and cheering the team on? What do? Do you bring it inside to Cox? Do you take it outside with Jones?
Well, I think Harlan really can outline a number of options in the huddle. They can say, well, we'd like to do this, but if that's not there, then Jones, who we've seen dish out the assist tonight, he has a total of 8. So if the shot's not there for him, he can go inside to Cox, and Thomas is certainly capable of creating a shot. So if you're Mike Jones, you have some options.
Yeah, a lot of weapons. And you got a big target inside. Jones handles the ball well, and Keith, he does have 8 assists, so.
I tell you what, I'm looking for the ball to go to Lester. As you see Coach Stanford there trying to encourage his team to play the belly-up D.
They set up their press. Looked like Harlan had it nailed down just a couple of minutes ago. Inbounds pass to Thomas. Here he comes. Back to Jones. Jones clears the double team and goes for the basket and puts it in with 4 seconds to go. And a quick signal for a timeout, but they don't actually get the timeout called until 2.3 seconds remain on the clock. Mike Jones, a big basket, and he did create that one.
Well, again, they had a lot of options there. They could have gone inside, but Jones just such a good ball handler and takes a great off-balance shot, and it goes.
We're gonna
Here it is again. Watch him off balance, leans in and gets it. What a big, big shot.
Changed direction practically in midair that time to go back toward the basket. It's 72-70. Harlan now holding on to the 2-point lead. They tried to signal for the timeout with about 4 seconds to go, but the clock shows 2.3, and there's a discussion over at the scorer's bench now, and of course also in the huddle for Casey County. They're probably, well, no doubt, asking for more time to be reset on the clock. It still says 2.3, and the difference between 2.3 and 4 seconds is a big, big difference.
That's for sure.
For Harlan now, they've got to play, it's the time when you have to play good defense, but don't foul.
Right. Kind of shades of Kentucky last year. You just always dread these times. You always think back and, you know, they're going to need a long pass and some kind of conversion here.
Well, again, that'll be decided partially at the scorer's bench right now. If they have 4 seconds, they've got a chance for a couple of passes and maybe to set up a much better shot. 2.3, that's pretty much desperation time.
That's right.
There may be some discussion on the timeout situation as well. I think Coach Mike Jones saying that Casey County doesn't have enough timeouts and wanting to shoot a free throw on that. There's definitely a discussion about a lot of different things. We'll try to get that information to you as soon as we can.
Now Mike Jones looks happy as he walks away. And that is the result of the discussion, Dan. It's going to be a technical foul on Casey County for the excessive timeout. They were awarded the timeout, but called one more than they actually had, and that will send Michael Jones to the free throw line for Harlan.
Well, that's going to give them the ball back, too, if I believe that's correct. He'll get the free throw situation, and then Harlan will have the ball on top of that. Make it very difficult for Casey County to come back at this point. You know, that's a shame for the game to end up this way.
It has been a great ball game, and to end on a ruling is a little bit of a disappointment, but certainly everyone knows those are the rules. So in this case, of course, it's not over yet either, but certainly Harlan with a good chance to wrap it up now, as Michael Jones doesn't want to stand up at that line too long. He's walking back and forth, but he'll have a chance to put his team farther in front.
Still a lot of discussion going on over here. I don't know what the delay may be now that the call's been made, but you never know here.
And now they do signal. The technical free throws will be shot by Michael Jones.
The referee's getting an aerobics workout here, going back and forth between the free throw line and the scorer's table. Goodness.
Clock still shows 2.3 seconds, so that apparently will not be an issue. It's now a 3-point lead for Harlan.
It's got to be tough for Casey County to look on and see this.
The lead holds at 3, but more important than that, it's Harlan's basketball.
Well, obviously, you got to have an immediate foul or a denial.
And a quick timeout signaled by Hudson. He couldn't quite get it in. Thomas was calling for it, thought he was open, but Hudson didn't want to take a chance, and Harlan has to signal for a quick timeout just to protect the possession.
Well, better to be a little safe than sorry there. You do have a 3-point lead and the ball with hardly any time left, but why risk it? Why turn the ball back over? Good timeout.
Now, if I were Harlan's head coach, I'd make sure I knew how many timeouts I had left. I don't believe they have any remaining at this point. Billy Stewart. And as a result of that, they're going to have to get the ball in. So some good belly-up defense could really turn things around for Casey County.
Harlan, the 13th region champion, looking to move on. Casey County hoping for a miracle.
Well, speaking of miracles, you can believe this, guys. Harlan, the last time they won the boys Sweet 16, 1944. We were in the middle of World War II at the time, so who knows, maybe close to 50 years later, they can do it again.
Appreciate that little history note there, Maury, with 3 seconds to go.
Inbound pass to Thomas, and the immediate foul by Butcher. And that will be Butcher's 5th, and it'll send Thomas to the line with 1.6 seconds left.
Butcher certainly had a great game. I think he had, what, 22 points on the night. Finished up with the 3-pointer, 25 on the night. I'm stand corrected on that. Hit that key 3-pointer to force the clutch situation.
Butcher, a senior. He receives his congratulations from the Casey County staff and his teammates. And Pierce is back in the ball game for Casey County, and Charles Thomas can nail it down for Harlan. That should do it for the Green Dragons. 74-70, but apparently they did have one timeout left because Harlan has signaled for one.
Well, a statistician, Billy Stewart, said they didn't have any remaining, so we're just going to go back on record and say that was their last one with 1.6 seconds to go.
Well, guys, I guess if you make it to the Sweet 16, you want to use everything. Why not use all your timeouts? You only get to come to Rupp Arena, you know, only a few times in a lifetime, so let's just use that last timeout.
Well, we played 0.7 of a second in about the last, what, 10-15 minutes, I guess.
Oh, life's good. It's great to be here at Rupp Arena. We really appreciate the opportunity to televise this contest. Thanks to the KHSAA giving us that privilege. We certainly have enjoyed it here.
Harlan fans breathing just a bit easier as Charles Thomas steps to the line for the second shot. 74-70, Green Dragons on top. Just 1.6 seconds left. 75-70. See if that's the final. And Hudson steals it, and that's the way it will end. He fires away at the buzzer. It rims out, and the final score is Harlan 75 and Casey County 70. We'll be back to wrap it up in just a minute.